These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Okay. Time to get started.
Yeah, and it's like, and then it's a new character rotation. We only play like once per character rotation.
Yes.
I mean, should I leave Battle.Right installed on my machine? Because we played that once, and that was okay.
Yeah, I enjoy that game. That is a fun game.
Fast and crazy. Okay. Hey, everybody. We're live. Let's do this.
Oh, hey.
Wait.
Hello, viewers.
Fuck it,
Yes.
we'll do it live.
Well, fuck it. We'll do it live. All right.
Hello.
Cool. So let's get going on the quick recap, and then we'll get into this bitch. Tonight, Kalis is a lamp.
It's bothering me.
Man, I
love
always
lamp.
look for the wrong character in the wrong game.
Yes.
Every time. I'm like, I need to open my sheet for Zephyr.
Does
No,
not
I do
exist.
not. Nope.
Okay, so episode 15. The party takes some time after the fight to clean things up around the strange tree. Some attempts are made to harvest the large glowing orbs and some of the smaller fruit. Kalis somehow is able to harvest 2 of the frigid orbs, while Thad squashes a bud. The polar bears are fed 2 of the reindeer carcasses, while the remaining 3 reindeer carcasses are tied to the roof of the war wagon.
Okay, one sec. Squashes a bud is like my new favorite getting high euphemism.
Yo, let's go squash a bud.
That's exactly.
God, you kids are so... Your lingo's too fast.
I heard his squash a butt, and I was really confused. Like, whose ass did he squash?
How's that different from clapping cheeks? I don't get it.
Originally, I heard bug,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Wait, there are trees on this bug?" Nope, opposite. There are bugs on this tree.
All right. Well, the party then wakes up the druid and questions them. It does not go well as the druid continues to defy the party and threaten them. Finally, the druid shifts into an owl to try to escape. The party strikes the druid down, killing them instantly. With the outpost in sight, the party advances towards it. There is no light to be seen, so the party parks the wagon and heads up the crag on foot while being stealthy. They get to the front gate of this outpost built into the cliffside and pull open the doors. They are met by an undead ogre in a cage, who roars as they approach, angrily shaking the bars. The Duergar in the outpost spring into action, enlarging themselves and charging in. Combat ensues as the party is harried from either side in the dark outpost. The leader Duergar seems to keep back near his chamber as his minions are dispatched. Finally confronted, Nildar is felled by Hyrokin and his flump bombs? Yes, his flump bombs.
Right.
Yep.
Nildar's
wrong, but so right.
Nildar, through some intimidation, Nildar spits out that his father's dragon, made of Chardolin, will destroy 10 towns. He is then killed. The remaining items are found that were taken from the town, and some strange spore creatures are incinerated by Crix. They were basically look like captive 10 town citizens in some cells that were slowly being turned into some sort of myconid thing. Leaving the empty outpost behind, the party returns to the lights of Caer Koenig in the distance. When they get back to town, it seems there is some sort of event, or at least entertainment, at the Hook, Line, and Sinker, the local tavern. As they arrive and look through the windows, they see another group of adventurers has attracted the attention of a crowd as the party comes back with their task complete. So, that is where we start back. You're arriving back at Caer Koenig with your frozen deer carcass covered war wagon. It is now basically nighttime. The sun has, what little sun there is set below the horizon, and the dark frigid night of Icewind Dale surrounds you. However, the inside of the Hook, Line, and Sinker is looking warm and inviting, and as you look through the windows, you actually see Trovis, the drunken town speaker, lifting a mug of what looks to be some ale as he sings. You can see him like singing and kind of like throwing his fists in the air to some sort of music or sound. What are you all doing?
Oh, we're kind of like the kids left out on Christmas looking in through the window.
A little bit, yeah, definitely.
I'm cold and I hurt. We should go inside.
Yeah, we should bring a lantern.
Give
Right.
back what is theirs and get some mead. Or
Okay.
whatever they serve.
You look around the wagon and you see a brass lamp, like a brass goldish lamp, filigreed with some interesting patterns on it on the floor of the wagon. You understand that Kalis has absconsed into his genie lamp at the moment.
Smart move.
Who's going to carry?
I'll pick it up. I'll
Okay.
carry it.
Nice. Okay, cool.
We leave it behind.
Just in the wagon. All right.
Have Masco carry it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say Masco can hold on to it.
No, I was saying we left it somewhere between here and the outpost.
Just throw it out somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. We never found it.
Damnedest thing.
Mistreat everyone.
Okie doke. Well, as you park the wagon, leave the bears out there with the frozen carcasses of the reindeer on top, walk towards the hook, line, and sinker. You can already hear some kind of lively talk and music and just like that overall, just the overall sound of merriment coming from inside. As you walk up to the front door where there's the large window, the light spills out onto the front porch and onto the snowy ground out there. And you can see Trovis looks up from his ale and sees you and waves at you. He comes running out, opens the door for you. You're back already! Holy shit, that's quicker than I thought! And he turns around, looks back inside, and he says, "See? Told you. I sent them out, and I was confident they were coming back. No doubts, no doubts. Come on in!" And,
Insight check.
Yeah, do I sense any doubts?
yeah.
Yeah, did he doubt us?
His last name is Thomas.
If only that was at advantage.
Okay, so Mr. Crix, Mr. Crix, you get that he is not fibbing. He had utmost confidence in you, and Demovan.
So he's just stupid. Got it.
Demovan he's just kind of like he is drunk happy.
Yeah.
Drappy, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And he says, "Come on, get inside. Come on, quick. Did you, I mean, if you're back, one, you're not dead. So, that's
I
good.
don't know that.
And,
Sure,
two,
about that. We could be. Spirits are real thing.
I start like feeling my legs and body.
Don't you have like an
No, not
undead
Okay.
walker problem here?
I'm like 84% dead.
yeah, but, I mean, did you dispose of the threat? You find him? Come on. We can talk over some beer. He points to a table that's just inside the door, and on it there are, 24 ale mugs that are kind of half filled with ale. Oh, grab one. It's on the house. It's part of their charm.
I will grab 2.
Perfect.
I will grab none.
I hold one up for
grab
Masco.
I'll grab one, and then I'll make Crix grab one, and then take it from Crix.
I will give it freely.
The
I
old
guess.
party trick. Yeah.
Oh, what? We hadn't made it back yet, so why are you celebrating?
No, this is just it's just a bit of a festivity night, We got another group here. Look, just like you. He points over to the table, and you can see that while just kind of like, milling around this table with their back to the fire, you see another group of interesting individuals. A dwarf, tabaxi, a kobold, some sort of strange hooded mechanical thing, and a long-armed furbolg, or long-armed hairy creature, known as a furbolg. Not furbolg, a bugbear.
Bugbear.
That's right.
Yep. Furred bear.
And we can celebrate. There's a table over there. He walks over to this table. Points
It's
to
dark
it.
in here. I should be emitting light from my sword. Just throw that out there.
Yeah, let me bring it back up again. I forgot to turn it on.
Yeah. I'd definitely be showing it.
Flashing that blade, eh?
So, does anyone in the other group look drunk enough for a brawl?
For a brawl.
Oh, hold up.
No fear, just go hit one.
Give me a perception check.
I love the artwork for the kobold and the cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So
So,
good.
Kolra, you look,
So
your
good.
keen eyes scan the table. None of them look drunk. They all look actually fairly like they all have a drink except for the mechanical thing leaning up against the wall. Even the bugbear over here, even he has a kind of just a drink lazily held in his hand. But none of them seem like they're in the cups just yet. If anything, they're kind of politely drinking their beer, drinking their ale, just like everybody else here. You look around, there are many other folks drunk in here, including Trovis, who is already fucking shit pissed and like super drunk. And that is emphasized by the fact that he stumbles around this table, squeezes past this wall, nearly trips over one of the chairs at the end of it, and just falls into one of the chairs and sits down and goes, yeah, this is my spot. Come on, sit down. Hey, oh, did you find the stuff? Did you kill the Durgar? He was about to say dwarves. He's like started saying dwarves, caught himself as there is a dwarf sitting at the other table there.
My best friends are dwarves.
Yeah.
The Durgar, yeah.
I also just realized that the lamp is a fucking Lego lamp.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Amazing.
Legally, I don't know how to answer that question.
It's
The
fine.
plant and your things have been brought back.
We resolved the situation.
You found the lamp, the jewels, and both goats.
Oh,
We found a goat.
There was a goat,
goats.
yes.
I did not see two goats. There was only
Everybody
one goat.
everybody who's talking about the goats, give me a deception check at advantage.
I'm just going to say there was one goat and some goat meat.
Still give me a deception check at advantage.
But that's true.
-3. We still,
Why would that
we
be
still
a deception check? I
Wow.
said the truth.
It's a deception
can't
check
even
at
talk about
advantage.
goat
You're not telling the whole truth there.
I found some goat meat.
Yeah, you're all fine. Trovis just doesn't even, just like, oh, well, no surprise. Filthy Durgar probably, just barbecued it or did whatever they gonna do to it.
Actually, I do believe it
It
was
was
its
barbecue.
ogre.
Oh yeah, there was a mushroom ogre.
Yes.
Wow.
It was very big.
Well, holy shit. Well, my promise is a promise. I can see you got hey, you brought it all back. You took care of the problem, and hey, here you go. Here. He pulls out a crumpled piece of parchment and slaps it on the table. Promise is a promise. Free room and board at the Northern Light, and free round of drinks at the Hook, Line, and Sinker every night. Look, it even has my name on it. Trovis, town speaker of Caer Konig. That's me.
Is it written like doctor script?
Yeah,
Yes.
like crayons.
Yeah, you look at it, and it is as drunkenly scribbled as he is currently drunk.
Thad looks at it.
Yep, I can see your writing very well. It's your name right there.
Laura picks it up and goes, yeah, literally nobody is going to deny this.
Yeah, this is a valid currency as I understand it.
Trovis nods, and if they give you any trouble, if the sisters tell you otherwise, or if you can't get your drinks here, just tell them come and speak to Trovis. Man.
Will you be sober enough for them to have a conversation with you?
You know what? I may like my drink, but I can drink. So, like, it's not like I drink. Yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
You sound just like my father.
Oh no.
And, well,
God, we learn so much about you every day.
with that, I need a refill. Here, you guys can have this table. I'm gonna go back to the bar. Hey, everybody! The heroes are back. They killed the Durgar up in the mountains, and our town's gonna be safe from thief and from here on out. Round of applause for the heroes. There's a kind of tepid applause.
Promise forever, but maybe for a little while.
There's like somebody in the back room was just like, yeah.
It's like somebody like, woo, what are we cheering about?
I'm glad he was able to keep it quiet.
You look over at the table of the other group, and you just see the kobold clapping his hands like very enthusiastically, like.
Is his tongue out?
Yes, his tongue's out, and he has a big toothy grin. Crix, you look and he is staring at you intently.
I give a deep sigh.
Cora nudges.
Go ahead. No, you go first.
Cora nudges Demovan and just like under her breath and just. None of them are drinking.
You see they're drinking. No, they are drinking, but they're just
I mean, but like, not drinking, like the way she means it.
Capital D drinking.
Not like.
Ah, yes.
It's a festivity
They're just
and
kind of
nobody's drinking.
embarrassing.
Cora's immediately suspicious.
Yeah, there's.
Meanwhile,
Strange.
Crix, you have not seen Crix drink once this whole time because I think you weren't in the when we had the good brandy. I think you weren't in there, right?
No, yeah,
Cora?
that was when Cora
Yeah.
and yeah.
So Cora has not seen Crix drink once and is immediately
But there's
suspicious of
a
those people.
dwarf, and Cora would just immediately.
That's fair.
So yeah,
Profile another group. Yep.
speaking of which, the dwarf pushes his chair backwards, finishes his mug of ale, puts it down on the table, and starts walking over to your group. You notice that he has.
Oh God, what do we say?
Yeah, you notice big bushy beard, and he carries on his back a large, or he has a kind of like crisscrossed across his back, a battle axe, and then kind of like sheathed next to it, what looks to be kind of like a wicked looking. It's a short sword, but more looks like almost like a cleaver.
Nice.
And you notice that as he gets up, you notice that there is a glowing rune on the battle axe's blade and on the cleaver's blade as well.
How tall is he?
He is about dwarf height, like 4'5", 4'6".
Yeah. They can be like anywhere from like mid-4 to like low 5. So
Yeah.
it's just like
He's a little bit shorter.
yeah.
Let's see, Hyrokin, give me an history check.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
You recognize the rune on the battle axe as as giant, and it says fire, and the rune on the kind of cleaver is it is another another rune in giant for frost.
Oh man, I should know these. I ran Storm King's Thunder.
I would lean over and be like, notice that I actually am proficient in giant. So
Yeah.
He'd be like, I couldn't help but notice those runes on there are quite descriptive, and I'm sure Hiro can go into the intricate details of the history of the giant written language and how the runes can be
Nice.
interpreted across time to mean different things. But these ones clearly mean frost, although it could mean morning frost or afternoon frost. It's not really clear what type of hard or wet frost we're talking about, but it does say frost at its core. Sort of answer.
The dwarf gives you as that icebreaker happens. The dwarf gives you a big toothy grin, and he has a large friendly face. And he says, so you speak the language of the giants, the ancestors. That's great. Not many people speak it. So you recognize the runes on my weapons then?
Oh yes, absolutely. I can read, write, and in fact, I'm actually once taught a course on giant language history as it pertains to modern religious texts.
I can read and write too.
Play with the Lego lamp, Thad.
I give Thad a pat on the head.
Thad, the lamp is the lamp is really nice. It's like a hand warmer between your
I'll
between your
just sit
hands.
there I'll just sit there holding it. It's like the episode of Simpsons where Moe has two knives. It's like, oh, this is very nice. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like this. Or
Yeah.
The dwarf reaches a hand out to you, Hyrokin, towards your paw, and he says, the name is Mokrem Battlearm, and it is nice to meet another adventuring party up here in the far north. Trovis was already talking mighty high about all of you, saying that he sent you off to go take care of the Durga problem. I have to admit, we are coming up here to Kerkonig to, inquire about any jobs they had to do, but seems that you're doing a great job of it already. It seems pretty stiff competition up here. For the adventuring types with a group such as you are already doing such a good job.
To be fair, we were already headed up this way to do this anyways. It just happened to align with Trovis's request, I suppose. I'm sure there's more tasks that can be done.
To be even more fair, I'm sure if you wait a week, there's going to be more problems.
Aye, we may stick around here. So far, it's been pretty damn hospitable. Hey, nothing like, we took a trip far down south. Oh boy, Dugan's Hole. Ever been there?
Unfortunately, yes.
Longer than we needed to, actually, yeah.
We don't like to talk about it.
Oh,
We do not speak of the hole.
it's quite the town it is down there. But
I would call it more of a cesspool.
Oh, aye, we
Or an incest pool.
Oh yes, aye, good joke. We did notice a bit of the, looking the sameness type of them. Also the, kind of inability to read and write well and speak good, if you know what I mean.
Eyes looked in different directions. It was very weird.
Yeah, that family tree is a wreath.
Yeah. Some of them had eyes as big as nifs over there. He points over at the kobold. Oh, shite, eh? Where are my manners?
He does have big eyes.
I need to. I got. It's been a while since we met another group, so I got to introduce everybody here. So why don't I introduce you to the Silver Bulettes? He gestures behind him to the group, and he kind of laughs. He goes, he's like, like bullets, like you get the joke.
No.
I do not.
I mean, wait, have you not fought a bullet?
No.
Land,
I've had to fight one.
land sharks. Hey, fuck it, you'll figure it out later. It's a pun. The name stuck with us, but whatever. Hey, I'm Mokram Battlearm. I'm the bit of the speaker here for the bullets, and he gestures across the table at the basically like the head of the kobold, who's just his little head is like sticking up over the table. Little hand, a little claw, waves at you guys. That is Nif. But I mean his Nif. It's short for Nefrastraz. But nobody really calls him that.
Can't imagine why.
The name's too long. My mom gave it to me because she thought I was gonna grow up to be a big red dragon. But I was the runt. Yeah, so instead I'm just small.
Really, is the Hierokin in like hush whispers and goes, kobolds turn into dragons.
That's just a rumor. No one's actually seen a kobold turn into a dragon.
Yeah, Hirokin, you immediately know that, like, kobolds aspire to be dragons. This poor little kobold probably was told that he was going to be a big boy dragon one day.
I want
some broccoli.
I want to play a kobold druid now.
Oh, that actually turns on.
20th
That'd be
level,
cool.
and it actually turns into a dragon.
The culmination of his being.
Yeah, that'd be great. Mokram gestures over to the far wall where the bugbear is leaning up against it, and he goes, that there is, Fang. I don't think he has a last name. Just goes by Fang. Bit of a, silent type, but he does his job well. He's sneaky. He's the one who gets around any kind of watch posts and all that stuff if we need to, catch my drift. And gestures over to the bald, hairless tabaxi, and he says, "And she is." And the hairless tabaxi holds up a hand, steps forward, walks like walks forward and extends a paw to Hirokin.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Hirokin, and your name's grabbing the paw.
My name is Veil of Silk, but you can just call me Veil.
I can help but notice that you are not actually wearing a veil of silk. What's up with that? I'm sorry, in old age, I don't quite understand the names that kids get these days.
Everybody else give me a perception check.
Oh, perception check, huh?
Like Jackson with 3 Ys.
Your transformation into Boomer Cat is ongoing.
Crix, you're the only one who really notices this, but and Thad might be sees a little bit of it as well. But there's that telltale flick of the tail that went from like that calm kind of like back and forth waving movement to just the like back and forth.
I don't mean to be offensive, or I've never met someone with that name before.
Well,
I'm fascinated.
you don't seem to be a tabaxi like me.
No. I'm much bigger and much stronger.
Yes. Seems to be the case. She takes her paw back and
Let's
says,
find out. Ball fight.
but it's nice to meet you. And as you say that, Korra, you say that in the background, Mokram begins to kind of almost starts to introduce the other individual, the mechanized folk who's just standing there. But instead, he speaks up for himself already. Or he speaks up before he can be introduced.
There will be no bar fights here tonight. Hello, I am Mechanized Integrated Knight MK3, but you can call me Mike. It is nice to meet you.
Under her breath to the party, just immediately goes, I hate Mike.
Well, we can be sure that he's not a fortune teller.
Well,
There's
you
definitely
know,
gonna be a bar fight here tonight.
Why is your voice so weird?
I guess that would be a good question. Warforge. Any of us ever like heard or seen a Warforge before?
Yeah, do they run well in the cold?
That's specialized.
Yeah, actually, I would say you have seen. I would say that those who have come from the city of Luskan or from Waterdeep, have seen mechanized, like, constructs, but they don't. But this is, I would say it's like oddly, it's kind of a little bit unsettling because those constructs never really had, like, you immediately get a sense of like personality to this thing, right? So this is kind of like it's confusing, just to say the least.
Yeah.
I would say that Valhana is very intrigued by this creature, by this thing, considering that it is right up her alley as an artificer.
Yeah, when Korra says I hate Mike, I'm just good. Korra. That's very harsh judgment, Korra.
And this is a very harsh feeling.
Korra, if you really, 1, don't like him, and 2, want a bar fight, have an open mic night and rip him open.
Oh God.
I get behind that.
Open mic. Oh, shit.
Oh god, the dad jokes are starting too for Hirokin.
I look down. Are you wearing New Balance?
Where the fuck did these come from? They're not even snowshoes.
I mean,
As you guys are having that conversation, you hear just like the sound of you hear the sound of Mike moving as his mechanized gears churn into motion. As he just kind of like definitely notice like he is pretty much, you know, made out of bronze and steel. Has a religious symbol, or a kind of a holy symbol embedded on his chest, Iron Man style.
As he steps closer, Cora, like under her breath, but loud enough for the group, just goes, "I'm gonna hit him with my mug if he gets closer."
Wait, hold on. I must ask him a question before violence begins.
Come and do it.
Please, hold your violence for Masco's sake.
Devin begins putting gold on the table.
Actually, speaking of that, look up to Masco. Does he react at all to any of these folks?
Nope, he's just on your he's on your shoulder, just like kicking his feet, just observing.
All right, I intrinsically trust them more than I would otherwise, which is really strange for me. Okay.
So the Warforged mechanical creature basically just kind of like sets up and just stands there very awkwardly. Like he's not, not threateningly or anything like that. Almost just kind of like arms at the side, just eyes observing, not saying anything. And Mokram looks back over to you and he just says,
Don't mind Mike. He can be a bit of a stick in the mud sometimes, but he does a great job. Keeps us standing and keeps things above above board with the group, if you know what I mean.
No.
Yeah, I don't see. There's no board on your table.
I am the law. You must obey the law. Here, in the town, it is civilized to obey the law.
Okay, now I
Cora's
don't.
hand starts to go back with the mug.
Thad's like, okay, I don't really like him either now. But I still have to ask him a question before you smack his head, okay?
So
have
he's
10
a
seconds.
barrister. How could
Okay.
you possibly dislike a man who interprets and argues the law in a
Evan.
court?
"What's
Oh,
that
and that's the new
question?"
move, the mic drop.
Thad's just gonna start rifling through his bags until he finds the bag of metal bits I've been holding on to since like session 2.
Mhm.
I'll pull them out. I'll look up him, look in the bag, look back up to Mike, pull out one of the pieces, walk up to him, and say,
Do you know what this is? I ask because you're made of metal, and this is metal. And you may
Doesn't
know.
all metal know each other?
Not all.
He looks down. He looks down at the pieces of metal in your hand.
Those look to be the shards of some sort of technological object. I am not sure what they would be, but it looks like they would be able to be placed together. Would you like me to assist you?
I narrow my eyes at him. What's in it for you?
Nothing is in it for me. I just wish to be of help.
I find
As
that
he
suspicious.
says that, Cora yells "nerd" and throws the mug.
"Oh, so close to greatness."
I would like to try and intercept.
Nah, it's just gonna go flying at his head.
Okay.
Okay. So there's the nerd, and then flying at his head. Give me just a D20 plus your dex.
Absolutely.
It's really an improvised weapon if she was planning this from the beginning.
Efficient and mug.
Mm-hmm. Thad, you hear the boom as a wooden mug of ale comes flying over your head. Is it full or is it empty, Cora?
Oh, it's super empty.
Okay, so it's just a hollow pang noise that thuds off of the head of Mike.
I look at where it hit,
There's a
look back
moment
at
of
him.
silence as the fucking jazz music stops in the tavern,
I raise my hands. Muzzle tov.
and Mokram looks to Cora, looks to Mike, looks to the rest of the group. The awkward silence is broken by a ecstatic clapping from the little kobold again.
That's a really good shot! Man, nobody throws mugs that well. That's the best mug throw I've seen, huh, Mokram?
And then Mike's head is still kind of like, it's like that weird like punching bag thing where his head's back, and then you just hear like the.
I am sure you meant no harm by throwing that mug at my face. Surely you meant to, toss it to your companion here. What is your name? He reaches.
Just a hand out to Thad.
I am Thad Grunkknuckle, and I was very clumsy. Yes, I forgot to catch the mug that was thrown from behind me. That I did not see, but I should have caught it. And in a show of kindness, I will let you help me reassemble the metal bits. Here.
And I'll start pouring them on the table next to us.
Man,
Thank you.
Cora hisses under her breath. Howard!
Look over.
He knows metal.
Excuse me, you seem to have thrown your mug over here. Madame, do you want it back to have more ale?
No, she doesn't.
Yes!
Oh, you can return it with post haste.
I'm gonna go.
She's just
grab her
going to
mug.
throw it again.
I'm gonna grab her mug. I'm gonna shove it in Cora and stop it. And I'm gonna go sit with Thad and Mike.
Also, now that this has
This
been
is
like
the first time that Cora has seen Val stand up to her.
oh yeah.
Angie Val.
Is there something that is definitely off with Cora right now, or is this just
She
Puberty.
drunk.
yeah? Like
Coral,
what's-
you seem
Cora
very
doesn't get drunk that often. A big con, remember?
I think when we met you were drunk.
Yeah, but that was like the hard stuff and drinking all of hers and Valhalla's.
That
and also
was-
you were in Dugan's Hole.
Yeah,
so.
no, you were
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah.
You were drinking moonshine in Dugan's Hole. Val, you go
That is
over
a
to
true
the
desperate.
Warforged. I want you to, Val. Can you give me a wisdom save, please?
Ooh,
That's a fancy one.
nice.
So, Val, you are extremely intrigued by Mike, the Warforged, that you see talking with Mr. Thad. However, as you make your way over here, you hear the tink 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 of metallic bits and pieces that get poured onto the table from Thad's bag, and you look over to them, and immediately you just see that mile the mile-long stare from Valhalla as her eyes fully dilate, and she just stares at them. Her mouth goes agape. Valhalla, you are in your mind. You're flying through the air. You're looking out a window of a strange. It's a strange window, looking kind of like a porthole of a ship, except you blink your eyes once or twice because the porthole, the circle of the porthole window, seems to be moving. It doesn't want to keep its shape. And you try to move, but you can't move either, and you try to talk and you can't talk. You suddenly see a dark shape almost float across your vision, and you see two beady eyes looking at you. Kind of cocks its head to the side, and there's a wet little slap as something touches whatever seems to be this some sort of barrier in front of you. Suddenly there's a loud klaxon sound. An alarm goes off, piercing through the air. You try to cover your ears, but you can't move. Then suddenly there's a jolt as your head hits the side of whatever strange room or container or thing that you're in, and your stomach drops as you get that feeling of being thrown out of a building, as suddenly whatever you're in starts plummeting. Look out the window, and you see streaks of snow and sleet flying past. And then suddenly you see the ground, as there's a crash and everything goes black. There's a tap on your shoulder, Cora. Or sorry, Valhalla. There's a tap on your shoulder.
Excuse me, are you okay? Your jaw seems to have dropped, and I can sense that your heart rate is elevated. You need a seat. There's the
sound of a chair is pulled and kind of breaks you from your reverie or whatever trance you were in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but we're about to play with some Legos.
I
Join.
Well, I was going to, but I think I'll just go sit.
Oh,
nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you as well. Maybe we can have a conversation later. I like your companion.
He points at the homunculus that's kind of buzzing and fluttering next to you, trying to check up on you.
It reminds me of home.
I turn to the homunculus and I'm gonna send it to hang out with while I walk away.
Where is your home?
My home is on what you folks call another plane. The plane of Eberron. Not here in Faerun. I was sent here a long time ago by accident. They found me and took me to the Temple of Torm, where I was indoctrinated and given a mission and a purpose.
He touches the symbol on his chest. And Thad, you have probably no idea what the fuck it is, but he points to it, matter-of-factly.
I am now a devout cleric of Torm. I uphold the law.
Right. Okay.
Let's work on your metal pieces. We can put them together.
Yeah. That sounds wonderful. Let's do that. Oh, okay, this one looks like it connects to this one.
Yeah, so
okay.
he'll start to... He leans over, you hear the gears whir and click as his body bends over and he begins to scan over them. Little diodes and kind of flickers of light dance over the metallic bits, and you look over Thad, and you can see his eyes are, like, analyzing the bits and pieces.
Thad's just, like, roller coastering from... Holy shit, what is this guy? What's he doing? And hey, he's helping me. This is great.
Yeah.
Doesn't trust him at all, but then he does, but then he doesn't.
Mokram looks over to the group and says, Hey, if you're done chucking ale mugs at each other here, if that's I don't know, maybe a way of greeting or something like that. But there's more than enough room at this table to sit down. We could have a conversation. It's not often that you see another adventuring group here up in Icewind Dale. If you don't mind, we have quite a few questions for you. About some of your experiences up here. It's been quite a strange place, hasn't it?
It's been pretty weird.
Yeah, we want to know what you've been up to. We just been to Dugan's Hole, and oh, we did this.
The little kobold takes out his bongo, his drum, and just goes. And in the middle of the table, you watch as almost looks like a illusionary 3D printer scans of a boom, and then you see a big woolly mammoth.
Oh no.
Oddly, Cora is very distracted by Valhalla now. Otherwise, she'd have some choice words.
Wait, Dugan's Hole, mammoth. Oh no.
Yeah. We went there, and then...
The Veil speaks up, and then these two strange wolves accosted us outside of the town. We saw right through their ruse, and, tended to follow them. Ended up at some strange frost giant's lodge, and, turns out there was 2 children there. Well, there used to be 2 children. Only one of them was still alive. It seems like the wolves were a little bit hungry. So, Mokram and Mike, Mokram and Mike distracted the wolves outside while Fang snuck in with Nif, was able to pull that last child out of the cage, and, we swiftly beat a retreat out there, because, my goodness, there was a woolly mammoth inside that ice lodge, and we would have gotten Latin. Not a big fan of woolly mammoths, especially ones that are angry and awakened.
Yeah, they have a lot of wool. I mean, yeah, they're very large.
Is the kobold still staring at Crix?
After he literally is doing some sort of bardic thing where he creates this illusionary image there, and then you can see him once again cast a minor spell of some sort to basically, as he was telling that story, you actually saw the events happening. You saw the basically like a small scale model of this ice lodge, and you can see like the adventuring party walking up to it, and then they split up. Fang and Nif sneak around the side. There's a battle out front as Mike and Mokram fight these two wolves, and Nif with Vale throwing like little illusionary spells at everything, and then they quickly run away as you see a large mammoth kind of like charge out of the entrance of this ice lodge and then make its way back inside.
Gotcha. I will take a seat as far away from the kobold as possible.
Okay. Yeah, he's still kind of eyeing you, glancing over every once in a while, but he's
Every
making
time-
it
every
obvious,
time.
but he's not just constantly staring at you and mouth agape.
I'm imagining
time-
just one eye is always looking right at you.
Oh yeah.
Just one.
Yes. Every time I make eye contact, I'm going to give a deep sigh. 'Cause
Yep.
I'm used to this song and dance now for some reason.
What else is everybody else doing? Are you going up to the table to sit with them? Are you going back to your own table, doing your own thing? Let me know.
I would just kind of ask them, like, what are you doing out here in the middle of, like, bumfuck nowhere as a party? Like, I mean, we've had some stuff we've done, but, like, it's not great. As far as payment goes, we've gotten rocks, pretty much. What brings you here?
To be fair, some of them are shiny.
They are shiny. Thad, secrets.
What? I just like shiny rocks.
For the first time, the bugbear speaks up. Says,
We're getting paid we're getting paid a hefty sum. The Lord's Alliance hired us. Kinda got a reputation back in South. Silver Bullets are known for getting the job done. So, Lord's Alliance hired us, sent us up here. Something about, eternal winter, whatnot. Looking for a solution. Haven't found any.
That lines up similarly to what we are doing up here.
A similar quarry.
Yep.
Different employer, but same idea.
the kobold like jumps up and down and goes,
That means we're rivals.
I
More
mean,
allies.
yeah, I mean, if we solve it, we can
Yeah,
each go to our employer and say, hey, we solved it. And, I mean, what are they
Everyone
gonna
gets
do?
paid
Ooh,
or
I like that
compensated.
idea.
However,
More money for us. That's good.
you guys are getting paid in money. Oh my god.
"You're getting paid?"
Yeah.
David pulls the rocks out of his pocket.
Can
Vale,
use that for
Vale speaks up and she just says, "Well, we're trying to figure out what this whole eternal winter is about, but so far, I've just nearly froze my tail off. Doesn't help being a hairless tabaxi up here in an already frigid north. Very envious of your mane." He points over at she like gestures absent-mindedly at Hyroken.
At least you're warm-blooded.
Fair point. Nif has also been having a little bit of a problem with circulation.
I'm
Yeah, my
always
feet are
tired.
always numb.
I kind of just like glance over because like conversation led to Nif, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not doing this.
Thad's looking back over here as we're playing with Legos, and hey, he keeps looking at you. You should probably go give some. Oh, I just shook there. That was weird. Some insight into being whatever he is trying to be.
You should tell him that you used to be a kobold.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
He
Seems
not
very excitable.
just
Yeah.
deep sigh.
You look back over where Nif is finishing off his ale, and he's so small. He as he like pulls the cup over to the side of the table, it's about the size of his head, and he just basically sticks his entire snout in it, and he just like
He's snorting that shit. But yeah. Essentially, I'm not going to like outright ignore him, but if he doesn't like ask me any questions directly, I probably won't interact
He
much.
may be trying to get up the courage to
Yeah.
to come over and
Wait,
talk to you.
I look back. I look back between you. Look at him. Look back at you. Kind of give you a little bit of a wicked grin. Look back over to him. Hey there. What was his name? Why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden?
Nif.
Hey, Nif. My buddy Crick's here. He didn't want to say it out loud, but I think he wants to talk to you. Why don't you go ask him about what we've been up to?
He wants to talk to me?
Yeah, he's a little shy. He didn't really want to.
Give me a moment, I gotta go to the bathroom!
As soon as he's out of sight, I just smack Thad in the back of the head.
You see him through this is like one of those large fireplaces that you can is open to both sides, like a hearth type of thing. And you see him just like the sound of like a frog running, right? Like just like as he sprints over to the bar, jumps up and down and just like patting the bar, puts down like a silver coin, and then a mug gets slid over the top of the bar, grabs it with both hands, and starts chugging it.
I will look back after you smack me and say, really though, if there's anyone we're going to learn something they don't want us to know, it's going to be from him. Try to find something else. Oh, I was obviously doing this really quietly as best I can, so...
I am not the person to do that.
Oh, neither am I, but...
Which one of us is?
He's infatuated with you, so... Yeah, that's your best bet.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 20, I'm a 7.
That's better than me.
Barely.
I'm playing Legos. You talk to him.
The plural of Legos is Lego, actually.
I don't care.
Well, I think I saw your number drop to 6 there.
I mean, there's a shot of nerd and a mug comes flying through the air.
Cora, I can't help but notice you're very anti-intellectual right now. That makes me kind of nervous. I have tenure, but I can still get beaten up. Honestly, this is the first time ever glad this place doesn't have indoor plumbing, because I cannot get a swirly that way.
Because they have lockers.
Oh, fuck.
Hiroki would find that Cora is much more focused on Ohana, very obviously ignoring everyone else.
Yeah, so we pop over to Cora and Valhalla, where Valhalla has come back to kind of like the back of the room, breathing heavily, like looking like she just saw a ghost. It's not really herself.
Okay.
Alright, will you be there?
That's weird.
Are you?
Do you want to talk about it?
I wasn't sure if you were talking about something else or if you were talking about Val. Like if you were just recognizing, like, oh man, that's strange or something on my keyboard. Like, what is that?
I mean, everybody would have definitely noticed. Like this, it would have been almost impossible for Valhalla to hide that reaction, especially with Mike the Mechatron, Mike the Warforged, like addressing her afterwards. She is very, very visibly shooketh right now.
See, Crix doesn't particularly care, mostly because he just sees Val as like an emotional roller coaster of a person. So this is just par for the course.
He's not wrong.
You're not wrong. However, I also think that Val tends to skew towards the absurdist, like, happy, versus, like, the dazed and confused, like, oh my god, I need to get the fuck out.
That's Cora.
Right? But I think at this point, Val just be staring at the floor, staring at her monkeys hovering around Mike, and just like, right, sorry, thank you. and it keeps happening. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing snippets. It's like that dream, but I'm not sleeping, and I can't get it out of my head.
Snippets. Say, would everyone else hear this, or is it just?
Like Hyrule is just like at that table with this intense conversation.
I'm saying I'm
Right.
right there, so I'm like,
No, I think Hirokin. I think Val is just so much like kind of holding her head and staring down and just like, why the like, I want it out of my head. I want to get past like this out of my head. Hirokin doesn't know, but at the same time, like, I'm not trying to hide it from,
I
like,
just imagine this conversation's happening between Cora and Val, and you just see little cat eyes peeking over the table on the other side.
Yeah, you're just like there. Val doesn't necessarily care that you. It's not like I'm trying to hide it and only Cora can know. It's just like it hasn't come up. So,
sounds like you need a therapist.
Cora will look and then like dagger eye Hirokin as if he was like insulting.
No, like
I wish a therapist could help this.
maybe like a magical one, like one who's licensed to prescribe herbs.
It's not an anxiety, it's a memory that I can't access.
Yeah, well, I have that at the university where I instruct, the music department very frequently seeks creative inspiration, so there are many mind-expanding herbs they use to help
Val is
access.
usually very just like, like, just open and like loves everybody. And at this point, she's giving Hirokin like the biggest what the fuck look. That's not in an angry way necessarily, but just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you have no idea. And just kind of like, I don't get it. Look.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh god, I'm just gonna walk away from this now.
It's I don't think
me IRL.
I don't think he quite knows what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
I feel like I'm looking at Cora at this point, and I'm just like, is there explanation? I don't know how much I can give him, but maybe a little more than thinking I'm just crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. I know you're
Whatever
crazy.
it was, it's very
Are
disrespectful.
you
Says
even
the-
there?
Crazy.
No, I love this idea. Says like Crix just like pops his head up from like on the side of the table. Yeah, Demovan slides out from like behind the wall.
I think that's one of my favorite things about D&D is just imagining people sliding in and out of conversations.
I can just imagine.
It's like a
It's like, oh, I'm
puppet
here
show
now.
when a
To be
puppet just comes
fair-
out from off stage.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's probably decently loud, but like,
Like, we're all at the same table. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
imagine.
If not,
Yeah,
we're
you're all-
Well, I
We're
also
chilly in town.
So I had gone. I didn't go back to the. Well, I guess. Because when I walked away from that table, I wasn't necessarily going back to the other table and sitting down. I was going like
gotcha.
to a corner or to something, and that's why like
You found yourself a corner booth.
yeah.
Okay, well,
So, but
In that case,
Like,
it's probably
Hiroki
just
heard that piece of it. I'm kind of
Yeah.
talking about, and then whoever else is just kind of like more or less. There's
I would say I probably walked away from Thad after he threw me under the bus. So that's probably me showing up right at the I
Don't you
don't want
worry.
them to think I'm crazy part of the conversation.
Nif's gonna find you anyways.
Cora will take us to the Chris's arm.
What spells can I cast on Thad? Hold on.
I am immune to spells. You know about them, they can't hurt you.
All right. Well, let's focus on the. So Valhana, is there
Yeah.
anything else you wanted to say to Cora?
I think it's just a matter of like I want to get down to the bottom of this, Cora. Whatever the hell those metal shards are, they every time it. I don't know. I know you hate Mike all of a sudden because he didn't want to have a bar fight, but like I feel.
Cora stands up
Maybe he could
mid-conversation. Cora stands up mid-conversation, walks to the table with Thad and Mike, sits down, and starts trying to put pieces together.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we got this right here. So we're trying to figure this piece. You see? Oh, if we can figure out where that fits, that'd be great. Okay, collaborate. Let's go.
Hello.
Super.
Do you want to help us with this puzzle? It seems to be taking shape fairly nicely.
I'm now imagining Mike to be kind of like Clippy.
Oh,
Imagine Mike is like
100%.
Baymax and Clippy, yeah.
Oh
Yep.
god, it's that gun from Cyberpunk too.
Skippy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a quick skill check thing here, Thad. Why don't you give me a Thad? Give me you can either give me a investigation or Arcana check.
Oh well, yes. I'd love to do that.
Those are listed on your character sheet.
So
I'll use
as you're
inspiration.
looking at, well, you can use
Oh.
inspiration, and as you begin that, you feel metallic hand on your shoulder, as Mike will reach down and say,
I believe in you. I think you got this.
Oh, that's very encouraging. I will, yeah, I got this.
Plus a D4. 11.
Maybe next time, buddy.
Oh god! As he said that, Troy posted that version of Clippy.
Uh-oh. I look up to Mike and he's just holding a gun in my head.
his hand has turned into a cannon. No, so Cora, why don't you roll me an Arcana check?
Technically, I'm better at it than Thad.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and you'll get guidance as well.
16.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so these pieces.
Was that Neon making this one?
Yeah, Cora.
Yeah, everything in the bar goes dead quiet, looks at Cora. What was that?
Shut up, nerd!
If the bar went silent, Cora suddenly has a machine gun of mugs.
It looks like you are as good at solving this puzzle as you are as good at throwing mugs.
Under her breath, "Fuck yeah, I am."
So, Thad, with Cora's assistance, you're able to start putting this thing together. You piece it together, and it takes a couple of the hands. It takes a little bit of Mike's help as well. But you slowly piece together what looks to be some sort of this does have actually something that it actually is. Ooh, give me a moment.
I like it when things be like they do.
I like when things exist.
Exist?
Good things.
Wait, it's a mechanical device.
Oh god, this is like a surrealist meme come to life.
Let's see.
You've acquired essence of purple.
Oh. Okay.
I like it.
So you start to piece together, and Valhana, Valhana, are you looking at this thing at all, or is it just kind of out of keeping your eyes off of it?
I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at Cora.
Okay, so Cora's eyes light up as she figures this thing out and pieces it together. You put the curved metal bits linking together, and it starts to form a long tube-like object. And no, it is not a sex toy, but
not with that attitude.
But
Someone hasn't tried yet, apparently.
Yeah. We can make it work.
it looks like nothing none of you have actually seen this before. This is something otherworldly, something that it is, to put it bluntly, it's something futuristic. You look at it, Thad and Cora, it looks like a rifle.
But we don't know what a rifle is.
Yeah, so it's this long barrel. It has some sort of handle integrated into it, but this thing almost looks organic, even though it's metal. If you understand what I'm meaning, like it doesn't have
sharp edges.
I will eventually draw it and send it, but it basically, imagine if some sort of rifle had its grip and its handle and its trigger was all kind of encapsulated within the molding or the metallic part of the barrel itself. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's all like it doesn't have a distinct section that is separate from the barrel. It kind of flows into each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So it almost would be held. It almost would be held basically underslung shotgun type of thing, where you're holding it from above, one hand on the the grip of it in front, and the other hand kind of gripping it from above, not looking to be something accurate. But yeah, it's strange. And Mike steps back and looks at this thing. His eyes glow and scan it, and he looks and he says,
This looks to be like some sort of ranged weapon, but I have not seen it and do not understand what its purpose would be.
Wait, how would this be a ranged weapon? It looks like a club.
Look, you would grip it here. There seems to be a missing part. What looks to be possibly the trigger, or the method of triggering this thing. It is like a crossbow without the bow.
and actually that would probably be the best description of what you see this thing as you look and you think of what a crossbow would look like, and that's exactly what it would look like. Imagine a crossbow. You know how the crossbow's trigger is just basically almost like a little thing beneath it's
like a press paddle.
It's a press paddle beneath that, but then imagine that's also encapsulated or surrounded by another piece of metal, almost like the grip protector beneath that. And then there's no bow or any sort of string attached to it, and it's just this long barrel.
Well, that is really curious. So you're saying that I didn't get all the pieces in my set, and I need to find the one that goes here.
At a point where he was pointing out.
And then if I put that piece there, this somehow turns into a crossbow?
Mike looks to you and says,
No, I believe that this weapon is irreparably damaged beyond repair.
Oh. So can I use it as a club then?
Yes, you could use this as a club. However, it would require a lot of repairs, as it is in about half a dozen or more pieces.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. Well, I appreciate your help, and Cora, you really got that last piece in there. So at least we know what this thing is now. I think I'm going... go ahead.
How is it sticky together?
That's actually a good point.
It's not so much sticking together at the moment. I would say that you've basically laid it out on the table, and the pieces are kind of, they're more or less pushed together, you've been you're putting together the bone skeleton of a
it's like an archaeology
exactly
thing. Okay,
you get the general shape of it. It's definitely not held together though.
Okay. Do you think there's any value in this, Mike, to a collector or something like that?
There might be. This metal seems to be quite sturdy. It seems to have survived either a catastrophic fall or explosion.
Huh. Oh, a fall or explosion. Okay.
I kind of look up briefly over towards Valhalla. I don't know if she's just staring at Cora though, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm necessarily paying attention to anything that's being said. Because you guys are on the opposite side, right? And I'm not. I didn't move any closer with this Cobra.
Yeah, we're just over in the middle of the room, kind of.
Yeah, I'm just watching as her, like, emphatic stand up and fine, I'm gonna go over and help them figure this fuck out was just, like, you know, beyond touching for Val. Like, it's just like, wow, she really cares about me. Like, wow, this is really, I have a real friend here. And yeah, so it's more that aspect of it than it is
Anything to do with the action.
Yeah.
Does
Like,
Thad Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'd definitely be interested in what, you know, what that is, and I mean, it definitely gives you some insight into, you know, a piece of what happened, but like, if you were to share that with me at a future time, I would have things to say about it.
Because I was gonna look over the Cora and say, yeah, I can't help but notice every time I've pulled these pieces out, Valhalla has not had a good time. Is there something wrong with these things?
I had been staring at the weapon.
Oh, neat.
Kind of.
That's what I imagined, yeah.
Alright, I just posted the drawing.
He kind of glances at Thad, glances back at Valhalla before staring at the weapon again, and just goes, "It's information you'll have to get from her, though."
Okay, I'll go ask her to. I can come ask her to take a look at this. Do you think I should do that?
I immediately put the hand on Thad's shoulder. How about you let someone finish their sentence before you go off and do what you're doing?
Why?
Because I was going to say, don't show it to her.
Oh. Well, answer my question. Okay. Well, I'm going to put this back into the bag I have in a way that is easy to reassemble. As we now have some idea how this thing goes together. So, in another time, I will ask her.
Thad, you get the bright idea to take out some of the writing utensils that you keep your logs, you know, that you keep, you know, how you write your logs, and more or less label the like pieces. Like, you know, you enumerate them to kind of like figure out how you would lay them out. It's up to you to figure out if you can remember what the numbers actually mean, but you at least Thad yarn wall them together.
Oh yeah, while having the numbers and the letters flying in the air around my head as I figure it all out. Yeah, that makes sense. And
I like to imagine that it does have that, like, you know, letters and numbers, you know, like GIF of like whatever the people are thinking of that, and then instead of them all kind of like forming formulas, they're all just like fighting each other in Thad's head.
Yep. And if anyone looks at my numbering system, it makes no sense. There's no way you'd understand how things are supposed to go together, but for Thad, it makes sense. It's some weird intuitive numbering system cipher or something he's come up with over time.
Thad is increasingly becoming Charlie Day in my mind's eye.
He's like if Charlie Day and the janitor had a baby. Pretty much.
I would ask Mike do the origin of it or not.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. So he looks down at it. Well, yeah, he'll try to some sort of roll to try to help you out here. Yeah, I mean, he has history, so roll that. He rolls fairly well. He looks at it and watches his eyes analyze and observe this thing. And then there's kind of a pause. He shakes his head like he's not quite sure of if this is correct. And looks at it again and he says,
I was not sure that this was correct, but my internal calculations have never been wrong when it comes to this sort of thing. My programming tells me that this is a weapon of illithid origin,
Oh,
Does that mean anything to me?
You can give me a quick intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
That means something to me as a player.
Yeah, exactly. No, so Cora, you're just like, what? What is that? You have no idea.
What
you
are
ask-
we talking about?
Would you ask, actually, and we'll take a break there as he kind of reveals that interesting tidbit. And he says it loud enough that that Valhalla would definitely hear this word. And Valhalla, I want you to roll me a intelligence.
Sorry, I keep asking you to repeat it, but I know you can't hear me with your headphones on.
Yeah, illithid.
Illithid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you do a just roll me 2 intelligence checks? Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Save is good here as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's all good. That actually would be. It's all good. So, before we take the quick break, Valhalla, you hear that word and you're
2 less, so 17.
Yeah, still great. So you hear that word, and we get another quick flashback as that shadowy figure that you saw in front of your face, as in that quick vision that you just had. You now see them clearly. A squid or a strange, like, octopus-faced individual, tentacles like coming from where a mouth would be. Large, dark eyes that seem to look into your mind. Hungry eyes. But then something kind of like... But then there's something that's strange. Because this thing is 3 feet tall. That's where we'll take a quick break.
Yeah.
Oh. Neat.
Okay, 10-minute break. Going, get that out of here, Neon. Jesus Christ.
no!
Delete.
Please no!
I'm opening it so the
and
stream
red-
can see what
oh.
the fuck you're seeing.
You're gonna lose all the viewers.
Hungry eyes.
There you go.
Lovely. All right. His eye cuts to that.
Oh my god.
There you go. All right, 10-minute break. Let's come back. Grab some snacks, grab another drink, all that fun stuff. More fun roleplay to be had here in the hook, line, and sinker with your new fun party. Says the guy who jerks off to cartoons. There it is. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, everybody, go refresh your snacks, get a drink. We'll be right back. Alrighty, thank you everybody who's hanging out with us. We'll be back in no time. Here's a quick break. Stay around for these messages. Actually, no, we'll be listening to music. Bye. Y'all back?
Bro.
Maybe. I'm over.
Brack.
I just poured Schmai Tai. Canned Schmai Tai.
Can't I?
Yeah, I don't. Yes, a can tie.
Oh no.
No, we've had middling success with these canned cocktail varieties. The Mai Tai so far, honestly, has been the best. I would argue. We've tried a normal margarita in a can, and then a mango margarita in a can. If you drink it from the can, it's bad. It's real bad.
Interesting. If you pour it out, it's okay?
If you pour it out over ice, it's okay.
Okay. When you say the best one, do you mean that in the context of the least worst one, or is it actually pretty good?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. No, the Mai Tai is actually.
The Mai Tai is okay, but it's really sweet.
It's like the kind of Mai Tai that you would get at you would expect if you go to a fucking luau, that the type of
like the Chili's luau.
Yeah, and somebody's just hey brah, here's your Mai Tai, and they put down this fucking thing in front of you, and you drink it, and you're just like, whoa, that's candy, because that's basically what.
Yeah.
Because a Mai Tai actually, I mean, this is. It's way too sweet. Yeah, I would say I just tried it. It's way too sweet.
It's super sweet. If anything, it's heavy on the dark rum.
Yeah.
If in terms of alcohol content, it's it's got, because Mai Tais truly are mostly alcohol, but you go to different bars and stuff, and it's just pineapple juice with some rum, but this is.
Doesn't have enough lime. There's not enough lime in it.
Ooh, yeah, a little sour. A little sour.
Doesn't have the lime to cut it. I'm trying to remember what else a good Mai Tai has. I mean, basically a good Mai Tai has the orgeat, which is the almond syrup, lime juice, white rum, dark rum. That's it. Oh, and a little bit of triple sec or Cointreau. Good, but yeah, it's basically, it needs more bite. It needs more bite, something. Okay, so as the group gets back, you hear Mike, the Warforged cleric, speak out about what's an illithid. Valhalla, who's at another table, has a pretty visceral reaction to that. However, Thad and Kolra, you kind of are confused by that term. Not really sure what that means.
Are Destroy and Neon back?
Ooh.
No.
Big rip.
They're very
Very quiet.
I am back.
Sorry, my hands were full.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool.
My hands were also full because I made soup.
Why'd you put soup in your hands?
Just hold the soup.
I also made soup.
Stop putting soup in your hands! Holy shit! There are bowls. There are bowls and containers for this.
So this is some weird shit.
Oh.
This is okay. If it'll post, there we go. This is some weird shit.
What did you post?
What?
It's our microwave.
What?
Well, why?
Because it's out of the way.
have been broken.
It's like a pain to clean.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's probably easier to clean because you just pop the drawer out and you can just wipe it down.
I love that.
Like
I
what
love
if
that it
stuff
makes
gets
it.
underneath the drawer?
I know. I was about to
we
say.
have a cover microwave cover thing for it. So
What
it's
if
like-
you're an idiot like me and something would spill out of it as you're trying to put it on the tray because you're a few beers in?
Yeah, you know what I do with
how do
microwave
you
covers?
use-
I move them out of the way, and then I microwave my shit, and then I put the microwave cover back in.
That's a fair point. But I'm
I
pretty sure
love
That's
that would
really
be
cool
noise.
though.
The noise it makes. It's just like.
Yeah, it's super sci-fi sounding.
You need to name it Mike the Warforged. That is now
Yes.
your microwave.
Okay, it's Mike.
Microwave.
Microwave.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Microwave, middle name Row.
All right.
Yes.
Well, in D&D world, Thad and
Mike, wave.
Yeah, Mike waves. Thad and Cora both kind of like look at each other as Mike describes, or Mike uses the term illithid.
What now? I don't have any yarn pointing to that. I don't understand.
Mike takes a moment to compute it, and he says,
Oh, I am sorry. You do not understand what I am saying. An illithid is a extraterrestrial type of creature, an aberrant creature that likes to devour minds, intellect, sometimes called an intellect devourer. It has a face full of tentacles.
Does that ring any bells?
Okay, that's a lot to unpack. Hold on. I need to get my log out.
Am I
At least
hearing
that is safe.
this?
"You would absolutely be hearing this, Valhana." He's not speaking quietly.
Absolutely terrifying. My God.
Yeah, who put that on Earth?
I mean, that's
Put
it.
that here.
And it's not from here. That's what I keep seeing.
Tentacle-faced monster?
I mean, it's like 3 feet tall. But it's a devourer.
I am sorry. Illithids are not 3 feet tall. They stand at least 5 to 6 feet tall.
Yeah, maybe it's just the runt of the litter.
What if it's squatting?
I'm looking at Mike very. I'm still over here, but when he says that, I'm just like, that's not accurate. I know, like, I must have. There's something missing in my memory, but that's not a part of it. I just saw it clear as day.
Hmm.
I can't even call it he.
Is
It was.
Is it possible that your memories were warped?
I look at Mike.
I apologize. I am only going from description of what I have read in academic journals and first-hand accounts. It seems that you have your own first-hand account. Am I wrong?
No. You nailed that one, Mike.
Wait, this is not just a dream you're having.
I mean, it can't be if
Val-
every time you see that metal.
Yeah, Val is it's like a heavy discomfort, and she's just like shaking her head like no, but she's not saying it out loud, but she's like no, it's not a dream, it's a memory, and I'll say this part out loud, like I can't access it. I see pieces, and those pieces add to the parts that I see. I don't know how to explain it. I woke up there. There's something there, and it took everything from.
You
But I-
woke up where?
Out there somewhere, and I'm
In-
just pointing out to the vast lands,
Out,
like
out in the
out the window.
snow. Here, in 10 towns.
How long have you been in 10 towns?
I look to Kolra. How long have we been around?
You guys have been around for about a month in 10 towns.
Okay. So, a month, give or take.
So you only have a month's worth of memories?
Or is it just that one memory that's missing?
It's no. I have everything before that's missing too.
So whatever this 3-foot tall tentacle is, it ate your brain. We're gonna have to go get it back.
I think that explains how you are so old but so young.
Maybe that could justify a lot of things.
You are physically and mentally aged properly, but emotionally a month old.
And I'm pretty inexperienced.
Go listen to that guy. He's not a doctor.
Wait, Mike, if
What?
you don't
Can
mind
you
me
repeat that,
asking,
Cora?
can
Or Neon.
Cora just throws a mug at the back of Crystal's head.
It's your version of casting message.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh, the message gets sent.
I probably get hit. I'm not the most dexterous.
wait, Mike, if we go find this weird 3-foot tall that's not supposed to exist tentacle face weirdo who may or may not be associated with these metal bits, if we go beat his ass, will she remember things?
Before Mike answers that piece of it, because Val might have something to say about that before Mike even addresses it. DM, does Val know if that thing is still alive, or did that thing like die with?
Val is not sure. However,
But I know what happened to like the vessel that I was in.
Val knows where the vessel is.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I will not say anything. I will allow Mike to potentially answer what he knows of that question.
I will allow Mike to drop.
Nerd.
Mike was flying across.
Dude, Mike laughing.
It's actually kind of terrifying. He's not laughing, he's short circuiting.
Oh, we're all gonna die now.
Puffing electrolytes.
If this Valhalla does find the vessel of Illithid, she may retain or regain her memory. However, there may be some in 10 towns that could use magic to cure her of her limited amnesia.
I asked my brain buddy what he knows.
God, we're a weird group.
Brain Buddy is like the second step beyond Butt Buddy.
Yeah, hey, brain buddy, what do you know about things that eat brains?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired. Why are you bothering me right now?
Illithids. What do you know?
Illa who?
Illithids. Space brain eaters.
Oh, hate them. Tentacles for faces. Quite disgusting. Never really know what they're saying because it's all drowned out by the slapping and undulating of their tentacles. It's quite disgusting. Aside from the fact that they like to eat brains. Why are you asking me about this? It's disturbing.
Because you got to be good for something.
You expect me to know something about this? I mean, I've heard of them. They've made some sojourns into the Fae to, get specimens and whatnot.
That perks an eyebrow and goes, "So, fought them? Or you know of those who fought them?"
I mean, illithids are multi-planar creatures. They tend to flit from plane to plane however they please. It's their ships, They have some sort of I don't know how to describe it. Planar transport in it. And well, it seems that from what I've heard, their goal is more or less to capture and eat as many species brains as possible, and if that means that they go to different planes of existence or planes within this world, get some nice juicy samples, then so be it.
Are they... Is it a threat we could handle?
Oh, I don't know. I heard what your Eladrin friend was saying. A 3-foot-tall illithid? Must have been a runt.
Alright, she starts to tune him out.
You can't just push me back to the... well, fuck you.
I don't know if Cora wants to share. Or if
And
that's
learn
just
anything really worth it.
Okay. I think in response to what Mike shared about, what did he say, like going back or going, like finding the vessel or whatever? Yeah, I would just kind of in kind of like a staring, not looking at anything in particular, not focused, but just generally, because I had gestured like out there, I was around and I was somewhere out there. It's like I know where it is.
Then perhaps we should head that direction. Give you some closure.
And your memories.
It could also even be related to everything else that's going on.
Well, everything is obviously related.
Shut up, Thad.
Okay.
There was a piece of shardlin with all of this metal, whether Verbex found them together or piled them in the same bag, we still don't know.
That's true.
And perhaps we can, at the same time, find out more about this cold that is upon us. Maybe they're together somehow.
It's like what I said.
I don't know if, well, perhaps it could have been what drew them here or what caused the crash. I don't know that this vessel or these illithids, whatever it was, I don't believe it's from this realm, this plane.
I think at this point, after a few minutes, you see Thad's been furiously thinking, and all of a sudden, light bulb goes off. Looks up, looks over to Mike.
Oh, these illithid. Are they somehow related to... Wait, hold on. I pull out one of my logs, look at it. Related to, Gith Yankee.
That's a big word, Thad.
It is. It took me a lot of tries. Look on my log, it's like scribbled out like 3 times.
Together.
Yeah.
Mike says, yes, that is correct. It is very interesting that you know that. Lore is that the Githyanki or the Gith have been mortal enemies of the Illithid for eons.
Okay, this is all coming together now. Okay, I understand it. So, okay, listen to this. Everyone, this is very important. I discovered something a couple of years ago. Baldur's Gate is called Baldur's Gate because it has an interdimensional gate in its basement. The Githyanki traveled here to escape an enemy, and they control all of Faerun. So maybe the Illithid are trying to stop that. Oh yeah, I gotta write this down.
Cora hearing this insanity.
By the way, I want to put this out. This is part of my preconceived conspiracy web that was before we even started the campaign.
Nice.
It all added up.
Cora stands, pushing the chair back, and just kind of not shouting, but loudly goes, "Well, regardless of their reasons, I think we know where our next stop is going to be." Then she glances at Valhalla, kind of like preemptively shutting down any complaints.
We're going to Baldur's Gate, right?
No, we're going to the ship or the vessel, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, let's get her memories back. It could help us when we end up in Baldur's Gate for the grand battle. All right,
Yeah,
let me write this down.
469 years old. I don't remember how old I am.
Malcolm speaks up and he says, couldn't help but, overhearing all this, and that's quite bold. I wasn't sure if you were serious about adventuring out into the frigid wilds beyond the 10 towns, but I mean, y'all have proven yourselves to be fairly sturdy adventurers. It seems you're ahead of us. We're just barely exploring, barely got here. More power to you. Very nice that Mike has been able to help you out there.
It is quite fortuitous and serendipitous in a way.
Mike has been fantastic. I would dare say he shared us some of his logs of information, and quite frankly, I can actually understand them, unlike our own party's logs.
My logs are very elaborate.
If by logs you mean these strange wooden blocks or cylinders that this half-orc keeps to himself here, yes, they are hard to decipher. My ocular receptors cannot read what he has put upon them.
That's to keep those who don't need to know it from knowing things, and those who do know from knowing that I know.
Ah, it is a cipher. I understand.
A what?
Cora looks at the dwarf, as he seems to be the head, and just, you know what Shardlin is.
Oh, aye. We've come across quite a few people talking about Charlin here in 10 Towns. Seems to be a, spooky black ice that came from some, mage fuck up back in the olden days of Icewind Dale.
As serious as possible, Cora looks at him and goes, destroy any you come across.
Oh, I mean, it seems that you are a little bit more experienced with it, but and there's like a paw like pokes or lands on his shoulder, and Vale looks at him and goes, I have heard the whispers of the Chardalin from beyond 10 Towns. It is indeed evil. Yes, we will destroy any of that vile black ice that we come across. Don't you
I would
worry.
like to insight check that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
She's speaking the truth, but you get a little bit more of a vibe check from her. There's something that she that Chardalin hits a nerve with her.
Gotcha.
Her own personal vendetta.
Mhm. Do you have experience with the substance?
Are you experienced?
She looks to you and she says, well, the thing that touched my mind and awoke the magic within me, well, it seems to have a bit of a vendetta against this demonic ice. It seems the Lord's Alliance sending us up here a little bit fortuitous.
What was the town with the fort? I can't remember what it was called.
Kier Dinaval?
Kier Dinaval?
At the devil place? Yeah.
Our base of operations, for better or worse.
Quote unquote, yeah.
Where we fought with a middle-aged balding woman with a hook for a hand?
Yep.
Still funny to me.
I'd like to
Never
know
stop
it
being
was
funny.
the balding middle-aged woman.
Oh, did I get it backwards? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah, names are.
I even have it written down, too.
I swear he said it
Wafa.
correctly.
Niwata, that's right.
Balding middle-aged woman with a hook for a hand.
Wafa.
Niwata. That's clearly going to be someone's character name in the future.
Absolutely. We're going to go into next campaign not having communicated, and we're all going to have the same name.
Why are we all called this? But actually, back in this whole conversation with all that's going on, were you leaving loudly, getting up and leaving the conversation, like heading out, or what was were you trying to end like the discussion, or just leaving? I was trying to figure that out.
Who? Second.
Who just got up and left loudly? I wasn't paying.
I don't think anybody did.
No,
No,
it's like
Cora got up
Cora
and
loudly
she
said what we were
announced.
doing.
Yeah.
She's like, we're going.
She like stood up and she.
I misunderstood. It's like, oh, we're leaving now. Okay, okay, gotcha.
Cora turns her attention to Vale and goes, "Careful around Kier Dinaval, though. They have a fascination that don't make enemies with them."
Or friends, really.
Honestly, probably just avoid the
Don't make
place.
out with them, too.
You see at the back wall, the bugbear folds his arms and gives you all a look, and he says, "Yeah, we stopped by Kier Dinaval on the way up here, or Kier Koenig on the way up here. No, Kier Dinaval. Yeah. We stopped by Kier Dinaval on the way up here. We were looking for, a place to stay. Said that no more beds in the inn, because, doesn't exist, and the tavern didn't have any beds either. They said, an adventuring party had made their way up to the keep, but hadn't left. Or at least they hadn't seen them leave. Or maybe they did. Know anything about that?"
That would have been us, yes.
I'm pretty sure we left, though.
What's going on there? Seems that the speaker hasn't been seen for some time.
The speaker is safe and well. It's just he's kind of been deposed by a devil cult, but
What?
it's not important.
Okay, first
Did
of all,
you
that's-
just say devil cult? That does not sound lawful.
First, actually, it's extremely lawful.
Malkrem,
Yeah, that devil's
Malkrem. Mike desires to go back to Kier Dinaval.
I would not mess with it. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, like I pull out the hook hand.
You'll run into the people who wear these.
And also they are against a much larger threat at the moment, being the Duragar.
And the enemy
if you're-
of our enemy is our friend.
Ah,
If you're
I
looking
see.
for-
Mike understands. There is a greater threat at the moment that must be dealt with. Then we will deal with the threat of this devil cult.
Precisely, yes.
I put the hook away.
Yeah, sure, why not?
This computes and makes a logical
Oh,
Precision.
yes. since you are up here for the same reasons we are, this Duragar threat, we should probably share what information we have with you.
Why don't we get another round of drinks for everybody? Sit down and hash this out.
Yes, there's a lot to
I
go
got
over.
it! No worries!
Flying into the room with his arms filled with beer. You see Nif as he stumbles forward.
I got beer for everybody! No worries! Hey, Mr. Big Kobold! I got a refill for you! You seemed like your cup was empty, or that you didn't even have a cup, so I got you one!
Thank you.
He holds
I'm
it
not
up
a
to you with two
kobold.
Oh,
hands.
she's learning manners.
Yeah, I'm not a kobold, though.
You're not a kobold?
No, I am a...
Why do you look like
kobold.
me, but only bigger?
Because we're both reptilian in nature.
What's that?
And we both have scales and are cold-blooded.
So your mom's a dragon too?
No.
Oh, I'll let you hash this one out. I'm gonna
See,
go
well, you're a small dragon. I am a large lizard.
What's the difference?
Dragons have wings, and lizards don't, and lizards are small.
What happened to your wings?
I don't have wings because I'm a lizard.
There's a moment of like like the fucking 1990s dial-up noise happens in his head as his jaw opens a little bit, just his tongue lolls out to the side.
So you can't breathe fire?
No, I cannot.
Aww.
And enough alcohol.
But
we can,
I do
make
have
him
this.
breathe fire.
But I do have this cool sword.
That
I
sword's...
show him my sword.
Wow, it glows! But that's not fire! Dragons breathe fire! My mom breathes fire!
Fuck it. I'm gonna use a wild shape to summon my fox.
Holy shit!
Oh, Firefox crashed.
I can hear your voice hurting tomorrow already.
He dives underneath. He dives underneath the table.
Oh, what's that? What's it?
I cannot breathe fire, but I am good.
Is he huffing a can of fox?
No, he's trying to breathe fire at it.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
No,
shit, this is so fun.
Do not be afraid. It is simply my, I have a connection to fire.
He
Ow,
burns people.
wait, you can't breathe fire, but you have connection to fire?
I'll cast Produce Flame.
You're sus!
Oh
I
God,
am
is Nith about to start flossing?
I am a follower of Kosuth. Do you know who Kosuth is?
Bless you! Did you just sneeze?
No, I simply said the name of a god. Kosuth.
Your god's
He
a
sneezed.
sneeze?
No, he's the god of fire.
He sneezes fire?
Yes, probably.
Sick!
Has dipped into his primal state.
So, I am now going to be converting this child into my religion.
I see this as an absolute win.
Dragons
Yes.
are cool, but if your god can sneeze fire at will, that's like a dragon but through the nose.
Yes, but he can also breathe fire, or
He can do both?
he can do anything he wants with fire.
Whoa!
Totally talking out of my ass, by the way.
Calm down, R2.
Yeah.
Wow!
He yeah, we just get a moment of like he just pulls over to a chair and just is sitting there like, you know, enraptured, both hands on his knees, looking up at you with his big buggy kobold eyes, his tongue lolling out to the side as Crix starts to explain the powers of Kosuth to this little kobold.
So Kosuth, and then also like I'd be like, hey, you can join this religion for simply 5 easy payments of 1995 or
And
whatever.
also, Imix is a dick. Don't fucking.
Yeah. Also, straight up, I'd just be like, yeah, Imix is the bad fire. Imix is the fire that destroys instead of the fire that brings life.
Fire brings life?
It does. Everybody here right now is warm because of fire and would be dead without it.
Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
Wow, are you sure you're not a big wise dragon? Are you a dragon in disguise?
I'll hold a finger up to my mouth.
Oh,
Give me a deception check at advantage.
Who says it's deception?
oh.
He'll
Uh-huh.
use the powers once.
The DM.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Even with that, he just looks at you and he holds a little clawed finger up to his snout.
Secret between us, Mr. Cricks.
I nod.
All right. So the conversation goes on throughout the evening as you guys obviously now have some sort of destination. Valhalla is like concentrating on where she wants to go next. If anybody thinks about it, she probably would ask for a map in order to, you know, point out where the hell this place is that you're gonna try to go to.
At some point during all that, like after the information has been exchanged, Cora would go over to bring Valhalla a drink, gives her a smile, and goes, figure this out. Then turns to the bar and shouts, "Who wants a bar fight?"
Demovan hits Cora.
I'm just like, I'm next to Cora and I'm just pointing like down at her head. Like, this one does. This one.
The fucking haymaker.
Yeah, the only person who raises their hand is Demavand, as the rest of the party of other adventurers kind of like looks around a little bit hesitant. You see like one just like random like just kind of like surly looking humanoid surly looking human dude in cold weather gear stands up and is just like,
I'll fucking fight if you want to fight.
Which one is it?
it's just like one of the random dudes in there. Literally Joe Schmo.
You look like you got a chicken wing on your back and you got funny ears.
Cora gives a massive smile, grabs an empty mug, and starts walking over to him.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bird brain.
It's no longer an improvised weapon. Like, it's a chosen weapon.
I have it enchanted.
Okay.
Yeah, next overnight thing. That's what's going to be happening.
All right,
with Val
so
is she's enchanting the mug.
We get a quick montage of a circle forming around Cora. She marches up, chest puffed out, to this other large dude who stands a solid maybe 1.5 feet above her. But as soon as she approaches, you can tell that this guy is all talk and no bark, or no bite. All bark, no bite. What would you do when you finally get like chest to chest with this guy, Cora?
Suplex.
Kiss him.
Yes.
Oh god, it's the Blue Mountain State classic. I'm gonna jack you off.
Queen Taller, she looks up with like this like obviously excited smile and goes, "I'll let you have the first punch. It's the only one you're gonna get."
Ooh. All right, bird brain.
Yeah, 11.
Can I flavor it as it hits and she just doesn't move?
Yeah, he just does the.
Oh, this is absolutely Indiana Jones
bar scene
he
from
does
the
a
same
full he does a full like cinematic wind up of it. He goes, all right, you're gonna let me get the first hit? All right, look out, little lady. And he winds up and just he just lays into you. Does nothing. It hits you in the shoulder, and you stand strong.
She licks his fist and then looks back up at him and goes, should have made that count, and then swings for his face.
Okay. Give me a attack roll with your fist.
With your mug.
Boom.
That just be at strength or at dex?
Improvised weapon, so D20 plus just a flat dex.
You said that, Gastroy, and I thought you meant her face.
She headbutts him.
with your mug, and I'm like, what is
Jesus.
straight face punch?
Alright, so
Kick his ass, Seabass!
yeah, there is a resounding crack as this guy gets clocked by Bora wielding a mug to the side of the face. It is, oh man, it's the fucking scene from The Departed. You know what I'm talking about.
Luke.
Gosh.
Love that scene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, it hurts to do
or
that.
cranberry juice. My wife orders cranberry juice, and then he just like, bah! Just like breaks the shit over his head. Love it. Yeah. So there's a big old tussle now as you smack him on the side of the head. It doesn't deal a whole lot of damage to him, but there is basically now just chairs getting shoved back as people are just going back and forth like. You see, you hear a laugh from Mokram, the dwarf, as he smiles and he looks over to Hirokin. Oh, just give it a few minutes. Mike will break it up in no time. And you look over and you see Mike basically like looking up and observing the fight, and he stands up. He looks over to Thad.
Pardon me. It seems that there is a bit of a scuffle here at the bar. I understand that emotions can get high with humanoids when they imbibe in the alcoholic beverages. I will give it a few moments, but if this turns violent, I will have to intervene.
Okay, that's fine. This is what we consider a minor scuffle.
Yeah,
at this
no,
point.
so Mike basically observes it as, like, I know, like, the if it turns violent thing, but, like, Mike is just, like, he analyzes it, and he's just like, oh, they're just having a scuffle. It's just like it's just a tussle.
I would say Cora's definitely pulling her punches, especially after he hit her and just didn't do anything.
Yeah. This dude, you can tell, is basically, like, the local town tough guy who's not really a tough guy that you're going to town on.
The braggart, yeah.
Yeah. So as this fight is happening, some other stuff ends up occurring. So I mean, your boy Trovis is still around somewhere. Where the fuck did he go? Oh, there he is. He stumbles back, steps over the kind of dust cloud of Cora and town tough guy, cartoon style. Slides up next to Demovan and just like puts down a mug and another mug and shoves a mug into Demovan's hand. He's like,
Hey, just so if you're at all curious or looking for more work and whatnot, I have a little bit more, stuff that might need adventuring if you're at all interested, you and your adventuring party.
Well, that depends. What kind of bountiful reward can we look forward to? And I gesture to the crumpled up piece of paper on the table.
Hey, hospitality and a warm bed is something that is pretty valuable here in 10 towns.
That wasn't a slight. I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're like extremely hard to read. Like you have like no expression on your face. You're basically a blank slate.
yeah, I've been told that before.
Oh, well, We've been having some trouble with, apparently some, you know what a knoll is? You know,
Regular no.
A small hill.
small, you know, like the little fucking, you know, like hyenas, except they're, like, on two legs and, like, really angry and like to eat people.
I can imagine what that is.
So
Okay. I'll say yes.
So, some of our hunters have been, reporting, unfortunately seen some null hunting parties nearby, and, yeah, they're like, they're seeming to kind of, like, cause us some trouble. They're a real danger to Caer Konig, and, well, they seem to be taking refuge in what seems to be, you know, the town folk have started calling the, Cackling Chasm, nearby. I'll pay you, 10 gold per knoll head that you bring back. Easy
That is
money.
actually quite a bounty. Where's the chasm?
Oh, yeah, just, you know, so, to the south of us. Here, you got a map? Anybody have a map?
Yeah, I have a very convenient map that just pops up. Here it is.
Wow, looks like you just entered a menu. Okay.
Bling?
Yep. So he will indicate where's the map or where it is. So he gives you an indication of where it is. It is somewhere down. Yeah.
Oh, like way south.
Yep.
Oh. So why is it concern from Caer Konig? Just
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
you're
because
running
he's
all
the
the way out
quest
here?
giver of this motherfucker.
he's a far
So,
traveler.
Let's see, how far is that?
Oh,
16
that's-
miles?
Yeah.
And
It's probably 20 miles through the snow, so that's probably
Yeah.
gonna be a while.
So it'd have to be like-
So as the map comes out, Valhalla comes over and pokes down reluctantly on the map of where she knows she generally remembers the crash site to be.
I guess it's like way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere.
It's gotta be close to Dugan's Hole, though, isn't it?
It is.
Oh.
That's where we ran into them, and it's only been a month, so...
Drink. About 12 miles from Dugan's Hole.
Oh, it's close to Sunblight. Okay.
Oh, it's actually really south. It's like almost out of Icewind Dale.
We're gonna have to like trace a blaze a trail.
Trace a blade.
I look over to Demoman, he's just got a fucking spliff in his hand, he's going down on that thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how words work.
Jesus was a shoving leopard. Just throwing it out there.
Yep. The influence of that has taken over.
This is the way of the world.
Slowly, we will be all become Thad.
Yep.
It is known.
Yeah. The
I'd be down for that for the next party.
once again,
Everybody but Chuckles is Thad.
Oh god.
once again though, you guys definitely you look over and you see the scuffle of like Kolra basically just doing the just sitting on top of this guy as he's struggling and like swinging at her trying to get up. There's now 3 or 4 like different individuals all cheering for Kolra as they are now seeing somebody actually take out the like town bully here, as she's basically like making a mockery of this guy in the middle of the tavern.
He's all talk, no cock.
Yep. I mean, he's strong, but as Kolra is wrestling with this dude, she definitely hears the voice in her head chime in.
Yeah, give him a purple nurple. Grab him by his tits and twist. He'll love that. Or hate it, I'm not sure. But it'll be hilarious.
Grab his tit and twist it.
Get the old dick twist.
Her hand reaches out to start to do it, and then just quickly pulls back, like, give me in.
Oh, you're no fun. Come on, you're obviously winning this. Make a show of it. Put on a performance.
After a little bit, she reaches down, pats the guy's cheek, like, condescendingly, and just goes, "Better luck next time," and stands up and walks off.
Why are you trying to fight me if you're just gonna sit on me like some sort of sitting thing?
I'm shorter than you, and you couldn't push me off. I don't think you're much of a match.
Shit, fine. If you're looking for a rematch, find me out behind the fucking Northern Light tomorrow night. I'll be there with my boys.
He looks behind him to where he expects his boys to be, but all of them are, like, admiringly looking at you, Cora.
Oh, shit.
Not noticing that, Cora will smile and just go, "Oh, that's no fair. Might need to bring a few more."
I'll find a few more. God dang it.
He crawls up and he walks past you, storms out of the place, storms out of the hook, line, and sinker. Leaves.
Cora probably looks like the happiest she's been in days.
Nice. Hirokin, you can get one of the bar attendants, tavern goers slides up next to you and like stumbles into you and goes,
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. You're such a big furry kitty cat. Yet I just wanted to come up and say hi. You know, it's not often you see your type around here. Uh-oh.
Did we lose Hirokin?
I think Hirokin's dead. Oh
You
no.
found the cat. You found the catnip. Oh no.
He may be dead. Never mind. He stumbles away from Hirokin and
Sorry,
then goes.
I muted myself.
There you go. Hey, he comes up to you and goes, oh, there you are. You came out of your little reverie there.
I was just thinking about how much I enjoy indoor plumbing.
Yeah, we got great indoor plumbing here. Hey, I got a little bit of a secret. Did you hear what happened to that wizard out there in East Haven?
We heard of public justice being dispensed. Yes.
Yeah, you fucking got it. They tied him to a stake and lit him on fire.
God damn it. Sorry.
Yeah, we heard about that. Yeah.
Well, did you hear why?
We heard the official account of events, but what do you know?
Well, I know that he hired some 10-towners to help him find some sort of buried tower. Then he killed them. He murdered all of them. Kept his location secret.
Well, guess what, Mr. Furry Guy?
What, chicken butt?
He told... One of them told me where that tower is at.
Oh, why'd they tell you?
Because I'm their drinking buddy.
That's a good reason.
I wouldn't want to go myself. Because even though that guy is dead, I'm still scared of him. But maybe it's something you'd like to explore. You sounded like the learned type. Big old smart brain in that furry skull. I could tell you where it is.
And what would you like in exchange for that?
Around on the house.
Well, I cannot offer you around on the house. I can't offer the house around on me.
He takes a moment to calculate that.
Does that mean you're gonna buy me drinks?
I'll buy you as many as you would like for the evening. I'll buy you 5 drinks to start. How's that?
Shit, dang, that's good.
Is he from Dugan's Hole?
Yeah, is this the Dugan?
Are his eyes pointing in 2 different directions?
Yeah. Does he look like everyone else we met in Dugan's Hole?
He goes, you walk with him to the bar, you buy him a drink. It's like a copper. It's like nothing. This ale is weak as shit. And he comes back and he sees that the map is already out, and he goes, "Oh, it's right here. Look, this is where my buddy told me it was, and I believed him."
And that sounds good. I would mark it on our party map.
And I've marked, marped. So
this is okay.
Yeah, there's another. I'm gonna actually write these things down in here. And you know what? I'll like yeah, that boy right there, that boy.
Ooh, that's close.
12 miles.
Also,
It's
this
close,
would
but
be...
that's a trudge in the snow. So it's
True. That's gonna
We
be
could
a while.
trudge snow this way, trudge snow this way, and
So,
then trudge snow.
But
Yeah,
if we
you-
want to, like, we also have other things
Yeah.
we can do too. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just, we're
There's a lot
being
of
easily
moves.
distracted at this point.
Yeah,
There's
so
also
as we
provided-
reach the kind of the end of the session, this was definitely one of the damn sessions that was more about where y'all are heading next. You guys have, as a party, you already obviously have the gist of what the big of what a current imminent threat is. However, you have been told by the late Hethil, the soothsayer of the black black swords, that you are currently not up to snuff in order to go out and fight the powers that be direct. This Chardolin dragon threat that may or may not destroy all of 10 towns. However, you have just been given some interesting points of interest that lay outside of 10 towns. And to that point, you all level up to level 5. Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Big power spike.
So you now have the location of a strange buried wizard's tower.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yes. You have the location of a strange buried wizard's tower, the what is known as the Null Canyon or the Null Chasm, the Cackling Chasm that your buddy Trovis has told you about, and then Valhalla has her
Ice spaceship.
Yeah, her ice spaceship down there.
I noticed there's one missing.
What?
At the spot where Cora is gonna kick the ass of some commoners.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna meet them after midnight behind the gym.
Yes.
All right, everyone, meet up behind the Windies.
Yeah. So you guys all get your as the night travels, or as the night gets on, you finish up your evening here at the Hook, Line, and Sinker. It sounds like the party of the Silver Bulettes, the other adventuring party, they are more interested in still perusing 10 towns. So, as you kind of already probably figured out, they're looking to, they're basically like cleaning up your tracks, or not cleaning up your tracks, but finishing
On
up
our
some.
heels.
I do like it that they mentioned, we're rivals. Yeah, it's kind of fun in that sense.
Yeah,
Kill
they're rivals in terms of just like picking up the things that you decided not to pursue.
Yeah. I'd like to point
yeah,
out that
from like
last
a narrative
time we had a
cleanup, sure.
rival gang, I killed one of them and died.
Well, let's try not to replicate that.
They were rivals. That other group, like, you all have gotten the sense that these folks are extremely friendly to you. Like,
Yeah.
though they are
Harold
rivals.
was having a good time.
The
Yeah,
other
though
group
they are
was
rivals,
friendly
they're-
to us too at first.
Oh, come on.
yes.
We must protect Nif at all cost.
Yeah.
He's a treasure, and he must be protected.
I mean,
I haven't
the
decided
fact,
which one I'm gonna kill yet.
the
But
fact that, well, here's the thing: the fact that there is an obviously lawful good cleric in that party says something.
Literally
Yeah.
the law. He introduces himself as the law.
Yes.
So
I've been spending like half of this entire night trying to figure out how to get him to say Mike Litterus. That's his name. So there's gotta be a way. That's a personal goal for the campaign.
Okay, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
put that as a personal goal.
Do you have a last name? I've heard of this, like, you know.
Yeah, like, oh,
strong
did I hear from
family.
Markov that your last name was Litterus?
No, you're so good with it was so good with books. I mean,
Yeah, you're so literate.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're so
What
literate.
is that called? Literus? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
literus.
literate. Got it.
We have a new quest that's just popped into our quest log.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gosh.
It's
Side
it's
quest.
second only to beating up commoners.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Although that's
the
interesting
evening
here.
goes on with
Yeah.
basically like Crix. So Crix and Nif. By the way, Nif. I'll give you the full spelling of this dude's name, little boy's name.
Is he actually like a little kid, or is he just a
Oh,
runt?
he just a runt. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a runt in the sense that
I
he's
just assume every kobold is a child because
Yeah.
none of them live past the age of 6.
yeah.
After
Oh,
11
okay.
days, it's over.
Right.
Fucking spurt.
Everybody else is pretty.
I was literally going to mention Chris Parkins Kobold.
Yes.
He's the only one with the name that's kind of hard to spell. I mean, like Veil of Silk is Veil of Silk. Mike is Mike is spelled MIK3, by
Naturally.
I
yeah.
thought
Alright.
it was just MK3.
No, because it's Mechanized Integrated Knight and Mark
Oh,
3.
integrated.
All right. Mike with a 3 because he's edgy. Gotcha.
Yeah, and
Gotcha,
then
gotcha.
Mokrem is
Means
MOKREM. And then
Very
Fang is just Fang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Battle Arm. I mean, it's Battle Arm. But yeah, I mean, they're like Fang is the only one that you haven't really had too much like conversation with. I would say that like the last roll of the night. Let's have Demavan give me a perception check.
Okay. I closed my character sheet. Hang on. Here we go. Opening that up. And perception.
Perceive.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck do I get at 5th?
With that, okay. No. Okay. Actually, yes. Sorry, he does have. Give me a. Give me a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
that's hot.
Sick.
Oh, sure, you're fine.
Okay. You feel a strange feeling from somewhere in the room, and with that perception check, it's tough to tell where it is. Somebody is probing your mind.
Ooh.
Neat.
I don't like that.
I would also like to. I think I was muted during it, but I also want to say that Hirokin would have been in between talking with our new friends, been like, Demavan, your face is weird.
Ooh, yeah.
Wait, your face is weird?
Yeah, his face is weird. Like we trying to touch your face again.
Stop. Get your paws off my face. Yeah.
Okay, this is going in the conspiracy book. Okay.
Yeah.
So weird.
The cat is noticing something the rest of us are not.
Yeah.
His
Oh
eyes are
God!
just like dilating the size of the moon.
No, it's the meme of the cat being like, hey, Fluffy, what are you looking at in the corner? And the cat's like looking into the corner, there's like ghosts in the air, like ah. Yeah.
I mean, that's 100% true.
Yeah, super true. All right, so
That ain't no meme.
so
Yeah,
y'all
our
level up.
cat's terrible,
Y'all level up to
staircase.
level 5. You have some new points of interest to go out and pursue. At the end of the evening, you leave the hook, line, and sinker and get your free room and board at the Northern Light, where the beautiful color-changing lantern has been hung again above the entranceway. And you get your long rest, regaining all your health, all that stuff, as you will start the next day in the frigid north here at a level 5.
I was looking for a gif of that, but I found this instead.
Ah!
Um,
I don't like it.
There's something wrong with that.
I feel like
That boy ain't right.
There's somebody wearing like a green screen suit that's carrying him.
Oh, 100%,
Probably.
gotta be.
Yeah. Cats usually don't levitate themselves.
Not
Normally they do not. All right, well, thank you all
Usually it's only
for
when you're not looking.
thank you all for
when
a
they
good
get, like-
session tonight. It was a roleplay heavy session, but that was mainly because this is a entrance into what is the next major kind of exploratory arc of this
Oh
adventure.
yeah, this is. I like this. We have a whole bunch of stuff that just opened up. This video game perspective of it,
Yeah.
but just like having places to go that are not just off the roads. Although
Right.
that definitely wants to get to Bryn Shander at some point here. But
Yeah.
there's points to explore first.
Yeah,
Here's
that
the thing, we
definitely
could
has
hit
his
Bryn
tumbly.
Shander on the way to
Crash site.
yeah, on the way to the crash site.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
And
I'm not too worried about it. We got time.
The bonus about that though is we get to avoid Dugan's hole.
Yeah, okay, I'm down with that.
Instead
But
of
yeah, I'm
walking
not
right through
again.
it.
I'm not like trying to push us to Bryn Shander. Just I need to get there at some point.
tummy hurt.
It does. I just don't
Stummy-
know. As a
stummy hurt.
player, I have some sort of sense to urgency, but as a character, I don't. So
Stummy
and don't worry
hurt.
about it.
I thought you were starting to say like sciatica. I have
Yes, that's
some
sort of-
sort of sciatica. I was like, poor Thad.
All right, well, thank you everybody for a wonderful
Oh,
evening
yeah.
of roleplay and
Fun
shenanigans.
shit.
As you guys have had a
Why?
wonderful tavern time. Yes, everybody level up before our next session, and you will. As always, remember if you rolled HP tonight or not. You roll it.
I think I
Cool.
might actually change my mind on what I'm doing, so I might
Hmm.
change that. Mostly because I would like some spells that aren't concentration.
Big cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, just check in. Give me all that good stuff. All right, yeah, take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.
All right.
Yep.
Night.
Night night. Peace out. Oh, also, congratulations, Porkins. Oh, he's out of here. Wait, no, Porkins,
Oh, no, it's still
congratulations.
here.
Congrats, dude. Enjoy those drinks.
Oh, yo, by the way,
Slack
Scuzz
shit.
told me Slack, and I was like, oh, cool, thinking like Slack chat. And then he was like, yeah, some big science energy. And I was like, holy shit, you mean the linear accelerator Slack? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah.
It is awesome. All right, congrats, Mr. Porkins.
Thank you.
Bullshit.
Congrats.
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Bye.
All right, well, that was a fun roleplay session. Full camera. It's your boy Scuzz. I'm gonna massage my shoulder to make sure that I don't get a dead shoulder tomorrow from that secondary dead ass bitch ass shoulder. Thank you everybody for hanging out. If you were hanging out tonight, my name is ScuzzNugget. I am your GMDM. You can find me at ScuzzNugget on Twitter, at ScuzzNugget on Instagram. Look for ScuzzNugget on YouTube to find a bot of this video tomorrow. Hey, my wife is here. She played full Valhalla tonight. Who had some gnarly flashbacks about Valhalla tonight. Who had some gnarly flashbacks about her crazy illithid, crazy no good, no fun illithid crash landing here in Icewind Dale. We had Neon Pulse playing Kolra, the bar brawl happy Simic hybrid who has been who was helping out and causing some crazy fun tonight. Oh, we had Thad played by Chuckles, Mr. Demovan played by Waboogs, Mr. Hyrokin played by Porkins, and Kalis, who was not here. He's in a lamp. Yeah, he's just not here. And Gastroy played by Crix played by Gastroy. Gastroy played by Crix. One or the other. What is this shit? Stunning strike. Uh-oh. That's gonna be hilarious. Gonna have a stunning strike monk. I love it. They leveled up. They're good to go. All right, cool shit. Good night, everybody. Bye.